Okay, gentlemen, both of your trunks a little high. I'm gonna call it right here in the line, okay? You receive your instruction in the dressing room. We're gonna have a good, clean, professional fight. Touch them up. Good luck. Good luck.
So the four-time national amateur champion Joseph Hicks back in action, looking to make it win number 12 here tonight. Standing in his way, Keon Papillion of Lafayette, Louisiana. The guidance of his father, the mentorship of Roy Jones Jr. Looking to come out of obscurity here tonight with a win over Hicks. Round one. This one's scheduled for 8 in the super welterweight division.
In addition to the skill set that Joe Hicks possesses, you just heard one of the reasons that Dimitri Salita likes him. He does sell a lot of tickets, brought a lot of fans into the Dort Center tonight.
What's like with Hicks? He's smart, patient, tall, long, quick jab. Once he starts unleashing that right hand, I mean, he doesn't really throw it that often, but when he throws it, he's paying attention.
And he's a very disciplined fighter. Never really gets out of that game plan. He's operating behind the jab. Much more of a counter puncher than he is an aggressive come forward guy.
That's what I mean by patient, not really throwing, that right hand too much. He throws it when it's going to land. He throws it when he feels comfortable. So he dictates everything with that jab. He fights with rhythm, always concentrated and focused. But you can see that his opponents have to respect that right hand, even though it's just cocked. He's not really throwing it yet. It's just cocked right there.
Chris, you mentioned the difference in the level of opposition for these two fighters on their way up. Keon Papillion, again, coming up in that Louisiana and Southern club circuit. Joseph Hicks, it's not like he's been fighting killers necessarily, but that win last time out over Ronnie Austin, that's a fighter who at one point was considered a real prospect.
Yeah, it was a good win for Joe Hicks in that fight. You juxtapose that with the last fight, Papillion, which was against the guy that really didn't present any kind of offensive output whatsoever. He's moved around for 2 rounds and retired from his corner after the second. So it's just a different level of fighter for both these guys.
Papillion looking for that leaping left hook. You can see little things that clearly have rubbed off from Roy Jones Jr. Sergio, you can tell fighters that have spent time around Roy. The cadence, the upper body movement, there's the head tilt. There's some Roy stuff going on here, right?
Every fighter at one point in their career tries to emulate the great Roy Jones Jr. And then they realize they don't have the natural speed and natural power and ability and everything that made Superman Superman. So no, you stay within your means. Yes, there's little flashes of it. Yes, you can be influenced by him, but you got to fight within what you are, not with someone else.
So you watch some of the Papillion fights from the past year. He had a very active 2024. He does leave that left arm kind of dangling in the way that Roy does. He kind of dips his head out there, allowing his opponents to kind of get inside and try to throw punches. But Roy had, in addition to wonderful, outstanding talent, had some of the best reflexes we've ever seen in boxing. And if you don't have those reflexes, you better be careful when you fight like that.
Papillion found a nice left hook to the body there a moment ago, slipping to the inside, and Hicks lines him up for a big right hand there.
Just missed with that big right hand right there. Hicks did. I love the way he pivoted away from the ropes. You don't want to be the tall guy in the first round being against the ropes like that.
Found a big right once more.
Deep breath. Let's get some water. Relax. Hey, listen. He's going to try and get you to fight at his pace, okay? And then he's going to leap in with those shots, keep the jab on him. He's already reaching for the jab. That's how that 1-3 is going to be there. And he's dropping his jab when he brings it back. The straight right's going to be there. You can dictate everything from your range, okay? Use the jab. Don't fight his pace. Know he's going to leap in, okay?
He's going to get on his heels because he fell down. So you're going to expect him to stay away from you a little more in this round, but you'll catch him again.
Here's the end of the round. That slick little movement by Hicks. Nice right hand. Didn't cock it back. That caught the attention of Papillion. And you can see that tough guy, bump right there, but that punch landed. I want to see more right hands like that from Joe Hicks. They're going to do a lot more damage once they start extending and unleashing it with more power.
Round 2 begins. Big right hands from Joseph Hicks at the end of that first round. One that just kind of grazed the face of Papillion. That last one right before the bell, a flush shot. Corner of Joseph Hicks. The effectively telling him, hey, try and line that shot up, and if you just keep the jab pumping, the opportunities will come.
Yep. You lull your opponents to sleep with that jab. You alternate that jab. You know, there's so many different types of jabs that you could throw. You could throw it to the head, to the chest, to the belly. You could throw with the thumb up, thumb sideways, the thumb down. You know, different speeds. And then all of a sudden, when your opponent's just worried about that jab, then you throw right in the body with that right hand.
Nice little body shot there from Hicks as well. Papillon's kind of the ideal opponent for Joe Hicks because he's got to find a way to get inside. The way he's fighting, he's getting a little bit reckless, kind of charging in, throwing some swinging right hands. If Hicks is smart, he times it, lands that jab straight right behind it.
Just missed with that again. Hicks stepping to the outside to line up that right hand. Hicks a very calm presence in the ring.
Calm and, like we said, patient and economical with that right hand. He didn't throw that much. When it throws, I mean, it's always going to be dangerous. Everything's off that jab. I mean, he fights like a tall fighter the way that they're taught. You know, you don't want to throw combinations with a shorter fighter when you're a taller fighter like that. Use your abilities. Use that jab. Use that reach. Frustrate your opponent. Then you run them into those right hands. Just like that. One shot.
Big clash of hands. It's even more damaging than that right hand. Papillion.
Yeah, the right hand from Joe Hicks landed first, and then as he turned the side of his head, looks like the forehand of Papillion collided with the temple area of Joe Hicks.
Papillion still blinking, not taking much of a break, just kind of getting right back into action, and he eats an uppercut from Joe Hicks immediately.
I see Papillion start getting in the body of Hicks. Right now, the thing about Hicks, when he throws that jab, he kind of opens up that right side of his rib cage. He throws kind of like an archer when he sends that bow and arrow. He opens up when he throws that jab. So if he can aim to the body, with the Papillion, actually start opening up the headshot as well.
And the top there from Joe Hicks. Some swelling on the outside. Right eye of Keon Papillion, I believe owed to that clash of heads. These jabs from Joe Hicks, the right hand, they're not helping matters either.
I like the pressure right now.
Gotta stop waiting.
I like the pressure because the outside he long, and he's trying to time you with the right hand. You gotta get closer to him and beat him to that body.
Yeah.
Beat him on the inside. He long. He's trying to time you with the long shots. Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, you gotta start. You gotta be close to him, dude.
Oh, he's here back. That's what he's doing. He's trying to time you with the right hand. He thinks he hurt you. He's trying to keep your mouth close to him. Okay.
All right. Get close to him.
You're getting closer to him. You're getting confidence.
And that's a pretty big swelling.
Right?
Big bump there above the left eye of Papillion. Here you're going to see what happened there. Good right hand landed from Joe Hicks, and then as Papillion came in, right there, left side of his face, side of Joe Hicks's head. And that's the kind of bump, guys, you can see growing and growing as this fight continues.
Round 3 now underway, and we can hear the Papillion corner during the break. His father, Jason, giving him some pretty good advice. He told him, listen, he's looking to line up a right hand. He's really long. You have to start touching him to the body to get inside.
That's what I was talking about. Whenever you start touching fighters to the body, they have to respect that. You know, they can't just keep looking for the openings with their right hand. They have to block those shots. They have to, parry those punches with their elbows and forearms. That keeps your punches in check.
And that bump on the left eye of Papillon's face is giving Joe Hicks a pretty clean target. He's coming in, fighting with that left hand down again, so he's got to keep that hand up, or else Joe Hicks is trying to attack.
One of the major issues for Papillion materialized there a moment ago, Sergio, that right hand. Papillion threw it from what might be a good range against anyone else. but it's got an extra 10 inches it has to travel next. You reach show Hicks, it just touches his shoulder.
Yeah, and that's the power of reach. That's the power of length when you use it right. You know, and you frustrate opponents with length. That's what you gotta use your advantages. You give up your height, give up your reach. What good is it to have that 10 inches of reach? Good shot.
Nice right hand there.
Even though the right hand was blocked, it still has an effect because it lands cleanly. The pop ended at the end of it. The elbow pop, the power ended at the end of the fist. Those shots hurt even when blocked. Here it is again, see? He's just trying to, Hicks is trying to line up that straight right hand. I mean, he doesn't throw it optimal. When he throws it with mean intentions. It's very accurate.
Oh, he's looking more for that chopping right hand because right now Papillion's looking to hit that jab to the body. If he does, he leaves himself exposed.
Yeah, he doesn't bring that left hand back to his chin that fast as well, so Hicks is able to unleash that right hand and actually put a lot of power behind it. Nothing's going to be coming back.
Hook there from Joseph Hicks, just keeping Papillion occupied with that lead hand. Brings a nice hook between his guard and then a right hand immediately afterwards.
I like the fact that Joe Hicks is patient and economic with that right hand, but he also needs to start fooling his opponent. He has to fool Papillion that he's going to hide that right hand. You can't just keep cocking it thinking, okay, I'm going to throw it, I'm going to throw it. You got to start throwing, fooling him, luring him into something. Make him fall asleep, and you do that with a jab.
One of the big fights that everyone's looking forward to in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's Virgil Ortiz Jr. defending his WBC interim super welterweight title against Israel Madrimov on a blockbuster undercard headlined by the undisputed light heavyweight rematch between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol.
That right hand is there, man. That left eye is well. I want to do that 1-2.
Live on
One,
DAZN
three, two,
pay-per-view,
1-2. Everything nice and straight and crisp. Touch the body, come underneath when he falls
is
in.
virtually a 50-50 pickup.
I tell you, Virgil Ortiz
Yeah, box for a minute. Let's box him in. I want some volume.
At 154. His last fight against Sergey Bohacek, one of the best fights we saw in 2024. Maybe the best fight that we saw in 2024. Now he gets Madrimov, who just gave Terrence Crawford all he can handle.
Hicks opening up round 4 with some body work, a little bit of variety. The man thought he was going to be the captain of the U.S. Olympic team. A man well respected in the boxing community. Now sitting down on his power shots a little bit. And amazing to think, guys, the amateur credentials that Hicks racked up. He only started boxing when he was 19. His mom wouldn't let him. When he was 19, he could sign the waiver. It took him about 8 years to rack up quite the amateur resume.
Sergio's mom hated boxing.
Keeping off the streets, absolutely. But look, starting at 19, you're not a heavyweight. That's dangerous. Normally, heavyweights get away with that. The higher weight classes. Now when it comes to junior middleweights and middleweights.
Shot to Papillion. Oh my God, leaping in with that left hand. The height of Hicks. Snapping his head and body back, leaning back over the ropes.
I'd like to see Hicks maybe operate a little bit more on the front foot, start to press the action a little bit more. He said that to us this week in the fighter meetings. He knows he can counterpunch this guy. He would like to be a little bit more aggressive in this fight. So far, it's Papillion pressing the action. Hicks picking up clear wins round after round, but if he has opportunities, I'd like to see him start to move forward.
Sergio, last round you were talking about wanting to see a little bit more variety from the right hand of Joe Hicks. He is starting to mix up what he's doing with that lead hand.
With the lead hand, yeah, but if he tends to land his best punch on right hand, then he has to fool his opponent. I'd love to see him start touching the body, throwing that right hand to the body, or even throwing a right hook to the side of the ribs, or right hook upstairs. That opens up. You know, you alternate that right hand, that you lure your opponent to sleep and pop back with a jab. When you're that tall, you have those gifts. You know, you have speed, you have power, you have length, you have reach. You have a lot of tools to work with, so you got to use all those tools.
Now we see Hicks is starting to creep forward a little bit, starting to invite some of this inside work. Doing some very good work on the inside.
Yeah, maybe put some of these punches together as well. He's doing pretty well with the 1-2, 2-punch, maybe a 3-punch combination. Maybe let his hands go. Try to get 4, 5, 6 off.
Punch combination there from Hicks. Left hook. Right uppercut to the body.
Hicks better be careful. He can't be low in the sleep like that. I mean, Papillion is just a big right hand right now. That just barely missed his chin. Getting a little bit too comfortable, Hicks, against those ropes.
10 seconds, another clash of heads there. Looks like these two fighters got out of that one unscathed. One more right hand from Joseph Hicks right before the bell. Well, we've got women's heavyweights in our main event, of course, but we've got the big boys coming up next. Brandon Moore and Skylar Lacey. Chris, a battle of two former NCAA athletes.
Yeah, we've got basketball players and football players abound here on this card. Brandon Moore, former basketball player. Skylar Lacey, a former college football player. Actually blocked for Lamar Jackson playing at Louisville. And these two guys got a little bit testy during this fight week. Skylar Lacey got a hold of Brandon Moore and held on to him about 30, 40 seconds at that press conference. But Brandon Moore is the guy that is signed to Salida. He is the de facto A side of this card. You could know Skylar Lacey is very much aware of that. He feels he's been on the wrong end of some bad decisions over the last couple of years, and he says he's coming to fight.
Skylar Lacey, a member of your Boston Butchers in the team combat.
I saw a little bit of that in the TCL. Still not sure I get it, but you know.
Boston Butchers.
I know you're looking for a reason to criticize the name, but
never heard of it. All right, that's gonna be. That fight doesn't go the distance, by the way. It's gonna be a little bit sloppy. It's gonna be violent. Someone's getting knocked out. There's a big risk of punching in the fight.
Looking forward to that one. Right now, Joe Hicks is hoping this one can end in a knockout as well. Take a look at the power punches that have been landed thus far, or excuse me, in round 4. 9 of them for Hicks, 7 of them for Papillion.
yeah, a little bit better for Papillion in that round. The number to watch there would be 30 punches that he threw. Those can have an influence on the judges. I still think he's down on the scorecards, but fight with that kind of aggression, moving forward, the volume punches favor you. You never know when a judge can push.
I think Papillion knows that he came out a little bit, a lot more aggressive in this fight, throwing those overhand rights, but he's looking for those punches he needs to soften up the body. He needs to pull the taller opponent to those overhand rights. And you do that by touching the body and throwing hard shots, you know, to the side of the rib cage. There you go, jab your way in, jab the torso, jab the chest, the belly. That opens up the overhead shots.
Papillion's been waiting for an opportunity like this, as we mentioned, spoiling obscurity a little bit on the Southern club scene, but says he wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning to do his road work no matter what. He just finds it to be a psychological advantage over his prospective opponents.
There's something beautiful when you're the only one running. You go in the middle of the night like that, peaceful. You're alone with your thoughts and all you think about is your opponent in the fight. Oh, there's that shot right
Huge
there.
right hand over the top there from Hicks.
There's that shot by Hicks. I mean, normally we're accustomed to seeing the laser light down the pipe. Now we know that he has the overhand himself. It's rare you see tall fighters make themselves swell like that, throw overhand shots like that, but Hicks got away with it and landed cleanly.
Well, and that's the variety with the right hand that I'm sure you're talking about.
Yeah, and there it is right there. See, you see the variety now. Now he's getting comfortable with that right hand. Threw a straight right hand. It was nice and short, just to land a right uppercut. Very athletic move by Joe Hicks, but now he's getting comfortable throwing it in different manners.
Swelling on the right eye of Papillion from that clash of heads intensifying, but there's swelling now Chris underneath the left eye as well.
Yeah, the frequency of these jabs. I was starting to pay off for Joseph Hicks. Both eyes starting to get blemished by Papillion. So Hicks doing some good work in this round.
Moments of round 5. Hicks sneaks another right hand into the body. Papillion falls short. 3 to go in this super welterweight contest. Well, just a couple of pounds south, we'll see this one. Jaron Ennis in a welterweight unification bout against Imantas Stanionis on April 12th at the Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. The IBF, WBA, and Ring Magazine world titles will be on the line in the bout between unbeaten welterweights live here on the global home of boxing, The Zone.
You'll land that overhand right. He broke. Look at him, man. He broke.
And look at this overhand right. Rarity to see a tall fighter do that, but as athletic that Joe Hicks is, he was able to bend his knees, move his head out of the direction, out of the line of fire, just to throw that right hand. And here you see the variety of right hands, an uppercut, but back to that stick, back to that jab, running in your opponent, the shoulder opponent, getting desperate to land that right hand again.
Round 6 now underway. Hicks again for that right hand, shortens it up. Just missed with that one as Papillion tries to swim his way to the inside. And the intensity of Papillion picking up now, perhaps understanding the situation he's likely in on the scoreboards.
And I'll give this to Papillion. He gave this fight in pretty good shape. Just didn't know what to expect based on the caliber of his opponents. He stopped 3 of the last 4 of them, all in the second round of that fight. And none of them really with good records. All 10 of his wins have come against opponents with losing records. 3 of them winless. Good left hand there from Joe Hicks, but Papillion, to his credit, keeps coming forward.
Right through that one, but that's a dangerous shot to walk into.
Hicks is not known for being much of a hooker, but that was a mean left hook that turned the head of Papillion. Papillion ate that up and came right back.
It was probably how infrequently he throws those that made it work, and Papillion not thinking about that shot at all. And now Hicks starting to let those go.
And now Hicks throwing uppercuts. See, yeah, you're right, Corey. That's exactly it. You start luring your opponent, getting him comfortable with straight punches, with jabs and straight right hands, and you do that for 5-6 rounds. All of a sudden, you can surprise him with something that's out of the ordinary. And you can see the right eye of Papillion swelling up, and that's the damage from that stick, the long jab that he's been popping.
Yeah, swelling above the left eye of Papillion, beneath the right eye, so he's getting from all angles.
Take a look at the CompuBox totals. Jabs through round 5. Papillion trying to at least match the lead hand of Joseph Hicks. Not just giving away the jab battle, but Joseph Hicks just threw the haymaker of a lifetime. Winning that jab battle right now.
Yeah, when a tall fighter misses an overhand shot like that, it looks very clumsy and sloppy. Kind of Deontay Wilder-like.
Defense up from Joseph Hicks. Sliding out of the way of these power shots of Keon Papillion.
Let's go! Right back, don't wait.
One of the shots that Joseph Hicks says he likes to look for is that Caleb Plant body shot left hook. We saw that with Plant against Anthony Morrell. We just do a little bit of a touch of the body, come back upstairs with the left hook.
I think Papillion's rocked right now.
That one, left hook might have buzzed him a moment ago. Speaking of which, the seconds ticking away in Papillion's favor. Will be able to recover. And one hook right hand. An apology from Joseph Hicks. How sportsmanlike.
Jason, water. You gotta, Ken, you get too wide. Trying to desperation shots. Trying to lock up and get sharp right now. You're putting the high heat on him, but you gotta move your head going in. Yeah, keep throwing. I'm good, Jay. And keep throwing the Jay, throw them jabs on high.
Nice chopping right hand. That's what caught the attention of Papillion. It was a chopping right hand to the side of the left ear. Those shots right there take your legs. And there's that right hand. Nice right hand right there, right before the bell. He says, my bad, but it's too late. It landed and did damage.
8th and final round here. Joseph Hicks who just launched a right hand immediately at Keon Papillion and another one. Excuse me, round 7. And Hicks now digging these shots to the body. And one. Bending Papillion over. Papillion in trouble. Chopping right hand as he grabs a hold.
Oh, Hicks is going for the knockout, man. He senses something.
And I think we want to keep an eye on the corner of Papillion here. In between rounds.
Good shot.
And right hand there for Hicks. You see his face looking at referee Ansel Stewart like, are you seeing this?
Papillion's ready to go, guys.
Papillon's feeling it, but he's not seeing these shots. Just shelling up as Joseph Hicks is pounding away.
Well, Papillon's father, Jason, has been up on his stool several times already during this round. Obviously concerned about the state of his son.
Yeah, they better stop this fight. I like the body language by Papillion. He may be undefeated, but he doesn't have his legs. There's no confidence. The body language is out. Complaining to the referee. It's only going to be one more right hand by Joe Hicks. There it is right there.
Right hand and a left hook immediately behind him. Papillon in a world of trouble.
The corner of Papillion is up there waving at the referee to call this fight off.
They don't want to throw a towel in, but they better throw a towel in.
Well, they don't have a towel in their hand. They're standing up in the corner, now up on the ring apron, looking to get the attention of the referee.
Jason Papillion now on the ring apron, and that is it. Joe Hicks with a knockout performance in Flint.
Great stoppage by the corner. I love that stoppage. You got to take care of your fighter, take care of your son, take care of everybody there. He was not in this fight. He was looking bad. Joe Hicks was going for the kill. Great stoppage.
Yeah, great effort from Papillion in this fight. Just outmatched and outgunned by a physically and talent-wise a superior fighter. He gave it his best effort there. He never stopped moving forward against Joe Hicks. But Hicks came out in that 7th round, Sergio, with an attitude. He was looking to get the stoppage in that fight. Opposite his corner, relayed those instructions to him between rounds, and he came out and got the job done. Great knockout win.
Look, and this
Joe
is what
Hicks.
you want to see with undefeated fighters at this stage of their career. You're bound to face someone that with another undefeated record. No shame losing to unblemished guys like this. You just got to go back, regroup, and come back stronger.
What a performance from Joe Hicks. And you can see Hicks, again, setting those traps, building things round after round until he eventually broke Papillion down as we take a look back at it.
And look at this right hand. He was chopping him down, but it was these chopping right hands. Those are just keeping him buzzed. It was a shot against the ropes that actually hit him right on the side of the temple that shook up Papillion, and his legs went after this. I think it's right here in this sequence. There it is right there, a chopping right hand. You can see the body language, the legs flailing. And when a taller fighter, that lanky power, is punching down at his opponent, it's only making it even more harder and more power behind it.
Yeah, I just love the mindset of Hicks coming out in that 7th round. Really, the last couple of rounds, we were kind of calling for this. We saw the damage that was being done to the face of Papillion. It's almost like Hicks sensed it coming into that 7th round and really went for it and got the knockout. And here you see the corner of Papillion. They were actually up about 30 seconds earlier, kind of waving at the referee who had his back turned to him. Took a few extra shots in between, but the right stoppage by the corner, get him out of there, live to fight another day.
The best performance of the pro career of Joe Hicks, who I'm sure will want to take another step forward in opposition. The 31-year-old from Grand Rapids announcing his presence here tonight. Well, Jack Catterall will take on unbeaten American Arnold Barboza Jr. in a final eliminator for the WBO Super Lightweight World Title in association with Golden Boy Promotions at Co-op Live in Manchester on Saturday, February 15th.
Joseph Hicks a ways off from that world title opportunity, but love to see him into a 10-round fight next time. He actually said this was originally planned to be a 10-round fight, but because of the magnitude of this card, the Claressa Shield show, he accepted the 8-round fight. But a 10-round fight for his next fight would work for him, get him up in those rankings, start putting him in position for bigger and better fights.
All right, we're ready to make this one official. Let's send it back up to our MC, Thomas Tribal.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 35 seconds of round number 7. The blue corner retires their fighter, and our referee in charge, Ansel Stewart, accepts their retirement. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout and still undefeated, Joe "Shug" Hicks.
Well, Grand Rapids certainly made the trip here to Flint. Joe Hicks with a 7th-round knockout victory over Keon Papillion. The best performance of his career thus far. Starting to live up to that promise that he built in his fantastic amateur career, and his fans are fired up right now. Let's take a look back at what was a terrific performance from Joe Hicks.
It was a patient, terrific performance. I mean, he took his time. He was landing that right hand. He was letting Papillion, you know, he was luring him into that shot. He was letting him know it's here whenever you want it. But then he started alternating that right hand, coming under with the uppercuts and straight shots like that. That's his money punch. Joe Hicks money punch that long right hand, and when he throws it and unleashes it with range, has more damage. And by this time, Papillion was against the ropes, helpless. You know, shots were just coming from everywhere. The legs were going. The referee's about to stop it. Corner wanted to stop it a long time ago. The fight was beaten out of Keon Papillion.
Yeah, that was a gutsy effort from Keon Papillion, but ultimately Joe Hicks. Too much for Keon here tonight. As Joe Hicks will celebrate with his fans here tonight. Big ticket seller here in Michigan. And we'll take a look at some CompuBox totals here that will illustrate the performance of Hicks. The power shots, a parade of them that ended the fight, obviously. And you take a look at these totals. 70 of 140. Again, when you're landing every second power shot you throw, guys, you're probably going to win the fight.
Absolutely. Anytime you see that 50% mark, you know who the winner was in this fight. But he did it in the calm way.